My name is Geetanjali Gill, and I'm an associate professor and program chair of global development studies at the University of the Fraser Valley in Abbotsford, BC. We partnered with a very small grassroots organization in Sierra Leone called the Albinism Royal Foundation and led by a woman who has albinism herself. This was in 2021 to 2022. We were working with persons with albinism and particularly women in rural regions of Sierra Leone. One of the goals that we had was to try to contribute to gender transformative change. And we did that in several ways. We trained male and female gender champions who were all people with albinism. Albinism is a highly stigmatized health condition. We worked to increase the financial literacy of our project participants. The women had very few opportunities for paid employment, so we trained them in weaving and tailoring. The project participants advocated for their rights as women and as persons with disabilities. I think we learned that if we want to have any chance to try to challenge and transform some of those root causes that lead to gender inequality and discrimination, it's really important to build into any project time to have deep exchanges and conversations on inequalities in the local context. So there's so many examples of how we did that. One was in trying to find what type of livelihood to train our project participants in, which we eventually settled on weaving and tailoring because it's something that persons with albinism can do sheltered from the sun. It would also be something we knew where we would be challenging gender norms because that's typically a job carried out by men. When we were monitoring our FIT project, we actually discovered that many children with albinism, but even other forms of disability, had not returned to school after schools had reopened post-COVID-19. We have actually gone on to put together an application for Global Affairs Canada's Development Impact Window focused on gender and inclusive education to continue working with our same local partner, Albinism Royal Foundation. We're going to be implementing this new project over the next 4 years in 2 districts of Sierra Leone. But more than that, Albinism Royal Foundation themselves have gone on to apply and successfully obtain other grants on their own. And they really attribute their ability and their confidence to be able to do that from the experience they gained from the FIT project. And another last piece of exciting news is that I am carrying out some research as part of a consortium looking at gender transformative change around the world. I have brought Albinism Royal Foundation and their work in Sierra Leone into that research consortium. They are going to be the only partners in the consortium that would be shedding light on how intersectionality fits into gender, bringing in the perspective of youth with disabilities and what does gender transformation look like for them in their communities.